Assalamu alaikum. Again, this is part two. Now it's time for y'all to wake up. And I mean for real, wake up. Y'all need to wake up. And to black people, you need to wake up. For real. I'm not lying to y'all. Y'all need to wake up. And I'm in the city now. And let me tell y'all something. And I'm really addressing grown people. The life that y'all out here living right now, do y'all not know, black people, that y'all make this world go around? Do y'all know that we are the ones that when they push these drugs in, these people had an ulterior motive. These people had an ulterior motive. We rose everything. Now everything is into fashion because of black people and drugs. And now this devil vision that you call a television has manipulated everybody's minds. And as soon as these programs go off, now you have the news. And this is when your lives change. They're doing this for entertainment purposes so they can deal with their ulterior motives. Religious people, you know good and darn well that you don't supposed to be dealing in no politics. When these people separated church and state, they said y'all no longer have a voice. Preachers no longer have a voice. Religious people no longer have a voice. When they did that, from y'all watching TV and not knowing, black people not knowing what's going on at all. You just know when your football games go off, or when you get through partying and come back in, it's the news on and lives changing. And the only thing that we can do is complain about it. And now it's time to vote. How can you religious people go down and keep voting for devils? You know good and goddamn well these folks are not getting ready to change nothing. You got these grown people down here thinking the solution to these children is locking these children up. The grown people, they love children so much. But they're constantly passing laws that lock the babies up. Y'all not seeing this stuff? This is what happens when you say you live for God, but you don't really live for God. Because if God was in you or anywhere, don't you think that he'll be guiding you? God said that the good that you do for yourself, the good that you do it only for yourself. The good that you do. You don't do that for God. You doing that to help you. I'm doing it to help me. Why do you think I stay in my house? You don't see me in no clubs. You don't see me acting out of accord. I'm upset for the sake of Allah. For the sake of God, I'm upset. And don't say that you can't get upset for the sake of God, because Jesus made the peace of God be upon him, done it. When he went into the temple and seen that y'all are selling stuff out of God's house. You are selling stuff out of God's house, and Jesus went in and turned over all the money tables and ran everybody out of God's house. Why are you selling stuff in God's house? Everything that God say for us not to do, we do. He said not to eat split hooves or the swine. And now Jesus didn't eat it. He ate fish. And we come back and listen to Paul, and Paul said, it ain't what goes into you that make you unclean, but it what's come up out of you. So they started, the Christians, I was one. So the Christians started using this verse. I was using this verse. I was using it. And I was eating anything that I wanted. And they've taught me to say that to eat anything and just pronounce God's name over it. God is not going to protect you from poison. Which one of your faith strong enough to drink poison and stand up to it and won't die? Out of 1 million, it might be one. So stop playing games with yourself. And the people around here stressing. These people got you working in warehouses for little or nothing, slaving you. And as long as they give you a little money, you think that this is cool. This ain't cool with me. Because God don't teach me to work for nobody. He teach you to have a business. He teach you to focus on your family. Because this is all we have is family. And how do you grown people, the black grown people, think that your child is going to get right? I'm sitting here watching people raising their children to be gang members automatically. I'm sitting here watching these beautiful women turn their life around, period. And doing everything against God like real evil devils. You not me and I know that when you keep sleeping with these different women, you are not safe. You don't know where these women been. And if you know me, I've never had multiple women at the same time. I'm too scared, and I've always been too scared. You better help save your children. And you gang members, you grown men. These children ain't out here getting no guns. They ain't going across this state line getting no guns. Quit taking these children from their parents. If you really 100, you go to knock on these folks' door and ask these parents, can my son become a Crip? Can my son become a G? Can my son become such and such? If you really 100. Because if I had a clique, I'm man enough to knock on your door and ask the daddy, can I make your son this? And now get these children a part of this stuff and start taking their lives. And these children start taking children's lives. You think these children are thinking that they shooting with a pop gun. These children love weapons. And it's because of you grown folks. You keep going out to clubs. Keep going to the casino and watch God keep giving you hell.